Welcome to Our Drummers Musicians, the Christmas special edition bonus episode of 2024. I'm your host Luke, thanks for tuning in. Today's bonus episode is a little bit different. I've put a call out. The question is, what is your favourite Christmas album and why? There is an awesome range of Christmas music recommendations, from those that are traditional, the classical music, the hymns. There's also the jazz, the instrumental, coming into like the hip-hop and early 2000s. Then we come across to contemporary gospel. We've got heavy metal Christmas recommendations. That's right, Christopher Lee from Lord of the Rings, who inspired from his real-life adventures the James Bond story. That's right. Christopher Lee put out not one, but two Christmas-related heavy metal music Christmas albums. Christmas EPs. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you are going to be in for quite the journey of a full spectrum of Christmas-related music. Thank you so much to all of these listeners and guests who've sent in their voice recordings and recommendations. It's so much fun listening through to what everybody thinks, and I really hope you enjoy it too. It's really nice, I think, that, this time of year is different for everybody, and that really comes across too. It can be a really hard time. It can be a really fun time. There's comedy music, but there's also, the sad Christmas songs, the lonely ones, the ones about longing and missing, as well as the cheeky and the fun and the exciting and the background music. There's a little bit of everything and a little bit for everyone, I'd hope. Most of all, I've really enjoyed expanding my listening tastes this time of year. And I think knowing a little bit more about why someone recommends an album is just something that I really enjoy, and I hope that it really interests and inspires you too. We're going to play all of the submissions in essentially the chronological order that I received them, but I would just like to add a very extra special thank you to Mum for going into the hospital and recording a message from my Nan, which will wrap up this very special Christmas episode. Thank you so much, Nan, for your very special message and favourite Christmas album recommendation. There's heaps of great stories, so buckle in as we ask, what is your favourite Christmas album and why? All right, so just a quick disclaimer before we really dive into this. If you don't know me, my name's Luke. I'm a drummer, and I'm the host of this podcast. But there's going to be a couple of people that send me well wishes. And you might be wondering, if you don't know or you haven't been following along or it wasn't mentioned in an episode that you know why that's happening. Well, the short version of the very long story is I've had long COVID for 3 years. It's given me crippling fatigue and a whole bunch of cognitive dysfunction. So part of the recovery journey has been this awesome activity of chatting to inspiring, encouraging, and new and old friends about their music. Then, as I was making this awesome progress in my recovery, I got COVID again just 2 weeks ago. I had a whole idea about what I could do for this Christmas episode, and then I got really sick, and so all of that went out the window, and I put out this question on social media, and here we are with an awesome bonus episode for you. All right, I'll go first. What are my favorite Christmas albums? The reason I put plural in is because I couldn't narrow it down to just one, but here we go. Here's mine. First, A Charlie Brown Christmas by Vince Guaraldi. Second, Christmas Cookin' by Jimmy Smith. Third is Christmas, the Deluxe Special Edition, Michael Bublé. And fourth, A Timeless Christmas, Israel and the New Breed. Now, that last one, A Timeless Christmas, I won that album when I was 10 years old. I called into a radio station, and I can't remember what it was about. It's probably like a quiz show or something. But I was about 10, got the album. It was all, these really intense contemporary gospel arrangements of Christmas music, and I did not like it at all as a 9 or 10-year-old. But I went, my dad would like this kind of music. So I gave Dad the CD. Little did I know, within a couple of years, it was going to be my favorite Christmas album, and I've put it on every year ever since then, and I absolutely love it. Lucy, my partner, has introduced me to the Charlie Brown Christmas, as well as Christmas Cooking, two jazz albums at the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. One is very calm and just beautiful to listen to. The other is high energy and intense and fun and raucous and silly. But both, I feel, have a time and place. And then the Michael Bublé Christmas, for me, it's just classic. I love to sing along. The big band stuff feels great. That one's just, I don't know, for me, I just love putting it on. Now, there's a special mention to Christmas by Mannheim Steamroller. I thought my mum was going to submit that as her favorite Christmas record, but she didn't. So I had to put a shout out to it just because it is the daggiest synth instrumental covers of Christmas songs ever, really, I think. I've never heard anything else like it, and I put it on and people laugh. But Mum put it on, I thought, every year at Christmas time. And so as soon as it starts, track one comes in with this soft synthesizer, bum, 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 and then it builds, and then, there's just this outrageous tom fill, and then off you go, it's Christmas time. So anyway, special shout out to that. Now, just a reminder, I've created a playlist on Spotify, both a collection of the full albums as recommended and also a short version with a single track from each album that's recommended of mine, and also all of the submissions from our guests and listeners. So, I'd always encourage you to buy music, but to save you some time in looking everything up, you can click on the show notes and it'll take you to a link of the full playlist. Plus, I'll put in the names of each person and what they recommended, either a Christmas album or Christmas song, so that you can just easily find that right there. Thank you so much to everybody who's submitted it. Thanks for listening to this Christmas bonus episode. And I hope that as much joy as it brought me to hear the stories and the meaning and expand the listening of Christmas-related music, there's such a big range. And I think this time of year means and impacts people in so many different ways. So thank you for writing in with your submissions. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have an excellent 2025. And I'm going to throw to our first guest, Ruby Lulham.
Hi, this is Ruby. I'm a musician from Melbourne, and my favourite Christmas album is the Beach Boys Christmas album because it's got all the good vibes of the Beach Boys, all the good vocal harmonies, but it's all Christmas. It's a banger.
Hi, this is Holly Moore, and I don't necessarily have a favourite Christmas album, but my favourite Christmas song is Christmas in LA by Vulfpeck, and it's just the best thing ever. It's so happy. It really epitomizes Christmas in the warm weather to me, and it just makes me feel so good. So, yep, check it out. It's a banger.
Hey, Luke, it's Raleigh Williams here. I thought I'd help you out by sending through my Christmas album contributions while you're not feeling particularly well. And I really hope that you're recovering soon, mate. Family favourite since I was a little kid, it is the perennial Bing Crosby's Christmas, which probably, if we own it now, it's a compilation of about 6 different albums that he did at Christmas time between 1941 and 1957, I think I saw. Famous guests include Frank Sinatra, Fred Astaire. I wonder whether there might have even been Shirley Temple on one. His version of White Christmas, it's the only version really, the perennial version, and that was recorded in about 1945. And, it's just that warm, crackly American crooner classic, nostalgic as hell, makes me think of my parents clinking a breakfast champagne while my sister and I open presents, eating cherries, ripping wrapping paper, and just running amok and then stuffing ourselves at Christmas time. And in the last 10 years or so, my favourite has been Vincent Guaraldi's Charlie Brown Christmas, recorded in 1971. It is classy, it's sophisticated, it's melancholic, it's not necessarily Christmassy if you put it on in the background, but it still feels like seasonal, and it features the famous Christmas Time Is Here, which also makes an appearance on one of my favourite shows, Arrested Development, when Michael Bluth is kicking the can down the road. So there you have it. They're my 2 Christmas album favourites. I'm sure that there are some cooler ones in there, but sometimes Christmas is about tradition and nostalgia and conjuring those warm fuzzies. So feel better soon, Happy New Year, and thanks for all the support for all the musicians in Melbourne this year, mate.
Hello, my name is Leroy. I'm a trombone player and coincidentally Luke's brother-in-law. Christmas albums. One of my favourite ever is Jimmy Smith's Christmas 64, also released as Jimmy Smith's Christmas Cookin. This album from 1964 features Jimmy Smith, Hammond organ player, in a trio or with a big band playing Christmas tunes. Now, the big band, most notably, is saxless. So good. I'm a trombone player, and so anything with brass is better. So it's flugelhorns, trumpets. There's a separate flugelhorn section. It's great. French horns, trombones, bass trombone. Like it's just so silly. And so they get real chorale with it at moments. So it's much more has moments of this beautiful traditional kind of Christmas album, but then it goes to this swing and groove. It's great. Just absolutely love it. Love it so much. I have a copy in mono on vinyl and a copy in stereo on vinyl. Just the best thing ever. I've always loved Christmas albums. And getting into like the physical medium with Christmas albums is just the best thing because it's all so niche and silly. Like, I really love the idea that in 1965, when Christmas 64 was released, probably 1964 maybe, I don't know how fast the turnaround was, when it came out, Verve Records was like, oh, we're going to make a killing on this. When people would play it for 4 weeks of a year, maybe maximum. I always find myself putting this one out halfway through the year just because it's just that good. There's something about Christmas albums always just find to be the best thing. So niche, so silly. I really wish that more artists released Christmas albums, even like a Christmas EP. I feel like in a sort of post-record executive world, there's much less of a drive for it. People aren't out buying Christmas albums like Jimmy Smith's Christmas 64. But anyway, I want more Christmas EPs. Love this.
Hello, podcast listeners. My name's Alexis Naylor, and do I have an album for you? It's called I Want to Spend Christmas With You, and it comes from some phenomenal Western Australian artists with the likes of Mark Turner and Steve Hensby. And I reckon my favourite pick off the album is a song called Vegemite Christmas Day. Hope you enjoy it.
Hi everyone, it's Rodney Taylor here. Just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and maybe encourage you to take time out to have a listen to Paul Kelly's How to Make Gravy song. I think it's an awesome song. Comes off his album, The A to Z Recordings. And I think probably what I like most about the song is its storytelling aspects. It brings people together at Christmas time, and it tells also a story of sadness, which for some people, Christmas isn't always a fun time. But have a listen, everybody, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, my name is Anna. I run Willarian, the wool shop in Northcote, Melbourne, and I've known Luke for a long time. My favourite Christmas album is called Joy by Benjamin Amos. I was introduced to it via a knitting video a number of years ago, and I really love how he puts a twist on many classics. I look forward to listening to it every year and often listen to it on repeat.
My name's Amelie Roussac. I'm an alto sax player. I play saxophone for the Sweethearts. My favourite Christmas album is probably It's a Holiday Soul Party. It's Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. So many of the songs are just really funky versions of classic Christmas carols, White Christmas and Little Drummer Boy, that are just something that you're not usually going to hear. And it's my kind of music, so yeah.
Hi, my name's Mezz Coleman, and my favourite Christmas album is Wintersong by the beautiful Sarah McLachlan. It was given to me really randomly on CD back when I listened to CDs when it came out, and it's a very beautiful, thoughtful, maybe on the slightly melancholy side. So it's festive, but, with quite a lot of, sad notes to it, which I don't mind. And her actual song, Wintersong, is one of the most beautiful songs ever. And I've performed it many times myself, and it's a really hard one to get through. It kind of makes you want to cry even while you're singing it. But yeah, Wintersong by Sarah McLachlan, really gorgeous Christmas album if you want to feel big feelings.
Hey guys, it's Alex, also known as A2K here, and I'm a musician, producer and DJ from Melbourne, Australia. My current favorite Christmas album is Laufey's A Very Laufey Holiday. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I tried to do it properly. I've been absolutely obsessed with Laufey as an artist this year and have had her Christmas album on repeat ever since it released. I love everything about it, from the beautiful way that she sings to the intricate instrumentation and little jazz solos and harmonies. Huge recommendation from my end on that album. Happy holidays to all and Merry Christmas.
Hi, my name's Matt. My favorite Christmas album is an album called Let It Snow Baby, Let It Rain Dear by a band called Reliant K. This album was released in 2007 when I was in late primary school, and we just listened to it around the house full blast all the time as a kid, and it was great.
Hello, my name is Murray Singleton, and I'd like to tell you about my favourite Christmas album. I think I've probably changed over the years, but my one I've really loved, it's getting old now too, is in 2006, an album called A Timeless Christmas. It's by Israel and the New Breed. The New Breed is just a phenomenal African-American gospel band, and it is just got a fantastic rhythm section that I love, and that gets me moving for an old non-dancer. Israel Houghton is the main singer, but he has a number of guests, Marcus Miller, Matthew Ward, Layla Hathaway and things through the whole album. But it's a variety of things. It's even got Israel's little kid doing a number. It is a fun album. It's the familiar Christmas songs, but done in a phenomenal way. So yes, that's my favourite album for Christmas over the last few years.
Hi there, my name is Annie Raggett. I'm an occupational therapist from Melbourne. I couldn't quite narrow it down to just one album because I like listening to lots of styles. So I'm sharing 3 to 4 albums, including some folk, jazz, and even choral music. The more the merrier, right? I like to add these to a Christmas playlist best played on shuffle, so you can have a mix of music playing in the background when you're making dinner, wrapping presents, or having friends and family over. One of the albums is Elizabeth Mitchell and Friends' The Sounding Joy. There's a bunch on this album I'm not so familiar with or sure about, but I love some tracks like Oh Mary and the Baby, Sweet Lamb, Rise Up Shepherd and Follow, and some classics including Joy to the World, The First Noel, and Silent Night. There's some gorgeous a cappella harmonies on there. Just beautiful folk stylings, and I love the acoustic guitar. Another album is Ella and Lewis Christmas, and they are just such seasoned pros and make a fantastic pair singing classic jazzy Christmas tunes. A more contemporary pair that also sing some of the old favourites are She and Him, otherwise known as M. Ward and Zoe Deschanel. And another album is the Choir of King's College, and they sing some really impressive traditional Christmas songs like Ding Dong Merrily on High, which has some almost impossible parts to sing, which I really appreciate. Hark the Herald Angels Sing, which begins with some really impressive trumpet sounding and organ playing. Once in Royal David City really sets the scene of awe, and it sounds like a musical imagining of what heaven coming to earth may sound like. Well, thanks, Luke and everyone, for listening. I hope you enjoy listening to some more wonderful Christmas music.
Hey, my name's Fran Chong. I'm a drummer, currently drumming for Morat. I couldn't think of my favourite Christmas album. I don't think I have one. So I had to just pick 2 songs. I know that's annoying. But my first one is My Only Wish This Year by Britney Spears, because growing up, Britney Spears was my favourite artist. I dreamt of drumming for Britney. And I loved her. I used to write letters to her and bury them in my backyard instead of sending them. So listening to Britney Spears at Christmas is just like getting a dose of my childhood back, which is what Christmas is about. And then my second one is How to Make Gravy by Paul Kelly. The lyrics are incredible. They just remind me of an Australian Christmas. So I love shouting those lyrics on my last day of work for the year. And yeah, that's it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hello, Lukey. As promised, Bryony and I have our Christmas album recommendation / favourites. Mine is a bit of a curveball. It's the Nutcracker album, which I believe is based on Christmas Eve, so technically it is a Christmas album. And my favourite ones are the Waltz of the Flowers and the other song where the little mushrooms dance in Fantasia. I can't remember the name of it, but it's fun. And yeah, I only recently realised that it's probably from watching Fantasia as a child that I love those songs. And yeah, I don't really like Christmas carols. That might be controversial. Bryony is here. She was originally going to choose Shrek's Christmas album. But she's subsequently refined her choice, and I will hand over to Bryony now.
Okay, so for my Christmas album, it is Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers singing Once Upon a Christmas. For me, that was always something that was playing on vinyl at my aunt and uncle's place whenever we'd go around to their place for Christmas. So it has a lot of good memories with it, and yeah, who doesn't love a bit of Dolly Parton?
Thanks, Luke. Over and out. That's what you say on these things, right?
Hi, my name is Pana, and my favorite Christmas song is by the Winfield Road Experiment, Salsa Verde.
Hey, it's Sharon and Lauren from Lash 78.
And our favourite Christmas album is It's a High Five Christmas from the original High Five cast.
Why, you ask? Well, that's because it's iconic Aussie Christmas nostalgia.
And it reminds us of being little kids watching carols by candlelight and knowing Santa Claus is coming.
Hi, this is Marianne Singleton. I'm Luke's mum. My favourite Christmas album is a compilation that was put together for Richmond AOG when they were performing at Fed Square. And I love it because it's got a whole pile of songs from Stevie Wonder through to fantastic Reliant K singing 12 Days of Christmas. Lots of joy, lots of fabulous things. And of course, it's actually got a fabulous composition and arrangement by Jared Heschenk, our very own Melbourne-based, awesome, wonderful musician. And I love his song, which is all about the fact that Jesus is bringing light to the world when he arrived. It's fabulous. I love everything on it, and it's so joyful.
Okay, Luke and the drummers, musicians, fandom. The sound quality is going to be terrible here because I'm waiting for my coffee in the morning. But my favourite Christmas album is Michael Bublé's Christmas, the deluxe edition. It's a basic one, I know, but Mum always played it when we were putting the Christmas tree up, and it just evokes incredibly warm and wonderful memories. I wish I was as silky smooth as the boob, but I am not. Love everyone. Have a merry holiday season.
Hello, drummers, musicians, listeners. My name is Lucinda Floyd, Lucy Floyd, and I was episode 2 on the podcast. Thank you, Luke Singleton, for having me. My favorite Christmas album is Christmas Cookie by Jimmy Smith. I like it because it's sometimes a bit crazy and ridiculous with intense timpani and bells and things, but also beautiful and festive and joyous and rich. And it has a great cover art, album art, and it reminds me of Christmas, growing up and putting Christmas decorations on the Christmas tree.
Hi, Greg Arnold here from Things of Stone and Wood, long-time listener and now 2-time contributor to Our Drummers Musicians. I'm really happy to be involved in this Christmas special, and I was going to talk about an album that meant a lot to me around Christmas time, but I realised, even though I am an album guy, that I had to face that the Christmas music I found the most moving over the last couple of years was in fact a single song, a song called White Wine in the Sun by Tim Minchin. Now, I'm pretty sure I would be a big fan of this song wherever and whenever I first heard it, and it's got everything I love. It's It's a pleasing tune over very nice chords, but in addition to that, it's also very clever, very funny. But ultimately, for me, it does my favourite thing, that those things are almost a deflection, and that they lead to this massive emotion in the song. And I think that was really pronounced for me because I first heard it when I was living in Switzerland. And it was when I heard all those sort of Australian vibes in the track, and particularly the Australian Away From Home. It was just incredibly moving to me. And I have to say, it was so moving, we couldn't even put it on our playlist because Helen finds it so overwhelming, particularly when we were living overseas. So it's an incredible song. I hope you enjoy it, and you would enjoy it, I like to think, wherever you'd heard it. But if you're an expat, I can pretty much promise there won't be a dry eye in the house, particularly when he hits the word dad. It's just incredibly powerful. I love it. Hope you enjoy it, and happy Christmas. And once again, thanks for having me on the show, Luke.
Hello, it's Nathan Liao, and I recommend you check out Christmas with PJ Morton. That would have to be my go-to Christmas, actually my only Christmas album that I ever listened to. It only came out a few years ago. I'm not super into Christmas, but this guy skirts the line in the most tasteful way of doing Christmas songs, but also just making it really artful, really authentic. He's a gospel singer, gospel pianist. He also brings on Yolanda Adams on track 3, and that's probably where you should start. I think the first 2 tracks are a little bit less interesting. And Yolanda Adams is just incredible. If you're not across her, just listen to anything on her Spotify page. She is one of the most incredible gospel singers. The whole album's just groovy, funky, really authentic, and just joyful. There's no pretense. It's not too clever. It's not too self-conscious. And it's just modern mastery in that genre.
Hi, I'm Miles Mumford. My favorite Christmas record is a Christmas record you put on Christmas Eve when the kids want to open the first Christmas present, and you got to let them do it because it's Christmas Eve and everybody's really excited and it's getting kind of late. If there aren't any Christmas carols on the Christmas record, it's the one that makes you think about your family and you have a really good time.
G'day, Luke. This is Ryan Griffith here. Hope you're picking up, mate, from your recent wrestle with the Rona. Christmas music. I don't really have a favourite Christmas album as such, but I've got 3 tunes that kind of represent different aspects of Christmas, from a cultural perspective. The first one is Pretty Stars by Bill Frisell, which is not a Christmas song, but for me, as a non-religious person, it captures that sense of, I guess, the sacred, the divine and the infinite in the stars, in the cosmos. I find a lot of inspiration in Carl Sagan's words, and I guess that sense of infinite time and just hugeness beyond our comprehension. I find inspiring when thinking about the stars. So for me, this song, Pretty Stars, captures that element of the sacred. I think that's really important for a lot of people during Christmas time, whether or not you're a religious person. So that's the first song, Pretty Stars by Bill Frisell. The second tune captures a different essence of Christmas in the way it's become, I guess, representative of opulence and indulgence. And this tune, Lou Rawls, Merry Christmas Baby, it's a big band tune. It's brassy. It's Vegas. Lou Rawls is such a badass. He's so bluesy. And the song's all about just getting diamond rings and living a good life and indulging. And I think there's time for feasting and time for like bacchanalian, raucous fun. So that's that tune. And it's like, it's got that Count Basie big band feel, and it feels great. And he's just so bluesy. So that's Merry Christmas Baby by Lou Rawls.
And then the last song is a song called Christmas Eve by Archie Roach, and it features Paul Kelly in there as well. And I leave that as the last sort of tune in the trilogy because I think it provides, I guess, the stark realities of Christmas time in our society, and it really spells out in a really profound way the inequality, and also the inequity around that opulence that I was speaking about with the Lou Rawls tune. There are people that don't get to indulge, that the realities of their everyday life are still present during Christmas time, when people are feasting and celebrating. I think it's good to be mindful of that, whether or not you are a religious person, if you're just a human in the world, to know that there are humans who suffer, and in our country, living on stolen land, I think it's really great to be mindful of that fact. Archie says it so well when he says an old young man sleeping in the park, and that some people's lives are so full on that they do get old before their time, and Archie had a great wisdom like that. So they're my 3 tunes: Pretty Stars, Merry Christmas Baby, and Christmas Eve. Thanks, Luke.
Hello, this is David Quested. Happy Christmas. And my favorite Christmas album is A Bowtie Christmas and More by Johnny Bowtie Barstow. Why is it my favorite Christmas album? Because the last couple of years, every Christmas I listen to it on a road trip, because usually I'm traveling, and the road trip gets extremely entertaining when I listen to that album, and it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It's made by one of my heroes. I'm not going to say who, but he's amazing. He's truly amazing. I would highly recommend this album, so please check it out.
G'day, it's Braden Becker here. Just here to tell you that the best Christmas music ever released is Christopher Lee's heavy metal music songs. They weren't really an album, but you've got your answer. It is the best Christmas music to have ever been unleashed upon anyone's ears, and aren't we just lucky to exist in a time where this came into existence? If you haven't checked it out, I'd probably get your life in order and, figure yourself out. Listen to it. Enjoy your Christmas. What are you doing? All right, have a good one. Love yous. Have a nice Christmas.
Hi, my name's Kate. I am Luke's neighbour, and now we're friends. My favourite Christmas album is Christmas with the Rat Pack, which came out in 2002, and I'm pretty sure Mum bought it from Sanity around that time because I can remember the sticker on the front of the CD. And Mum used to put it into the DVD player and play it through the TV every year when we decorated the Christmas tree together as a family. Dad sent me a video last weekend of Mum decorating the Christmas tree, and yep, that CD is still in the DVD player.
Hi, my name's Mel Green, and my favourite Christmas album is Jazz for Joy, a 1996 Berg album that I picked up when I was working at the Scurio record store in Hardware Lane, featuring Betty Carter, Shirley Horn, Abby Lincoln, Roy Hargrove, Nicholas Payton, Donna Sickler, Jess Davis, Ron Blake, Mark Whitfield, Stephen Scott, Chris McBride, Billy Drummer. Just love the way these guys turn these songs into something else, or to use the current hit word, they reimagine things. Merry Christmas to all, safe and wonderful New Year, and congratulations to Luke Singleton for putting on this fantastic podcast. And yes, drummers are musicians.
Hey, this is Brian Hingerty. My favorite Christmas song is Happy Xmas War is Over by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I don't really have a favorite Christmas album. I don't really think Christmas music exists for us to listen to in the succession of an album. I think it's there for us to, those of us who celebrate Christmas anyways, to connect with that time of year and whatever presents and family and whatever else, food, candy, cookies, all that good shit. And for me, being from a family of retired hippies, John Lennon's Christmas song was like an anthem. And I have a fond memory of my dad getting really wine drunk, eating some sort of, nice baguette, and singing this song. Anyways, Merry Christmas, and love to all you folks down south, down in Melbourne, hipsters.
Guys, nestle in, nestle close. Come one and come all. Listeners young and old, do you hear what I hear? It's me, Abby Rose, and I'm telling you, blessed listener, about one of my favourite Christmas albums of all time. Guys, it's none other than the 8 Days of Christmas deluxe version by Destiny's Child, released in 2001. You know what? I'm going to throw around some keywords. It's decadent. It's indulgent. It's crazy. It's vocally almost overwhelming. But for me, it is just perfect. Picture this. It's 2001. The snow's falling. There's a little bit of a crispy, little bit of a bite in the air. It's crispy and frozen and cold and crispy and frozen, and it's winter in America. And it's 2001. And this album comes out. I'm just going to throw some song names at you. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We know him. The 8 Days of Christmas. This song alone has 116 million listens. I reckon maybe a million were from me, Abby Rose. Okay, some other tunes you might know. Silent Night, Little Drummer Boy. It's all the classics. Plus some cool new R&B Christmas songs. Platinum Bells, very cool, very R&B. Please have a listen. I don't know if you're into like just really nutty R&B vocals like I am. If you are, I think you're gonna love this. It's really pedal to the metal. 2001, great year, great. Excuse me, that was the train. Great vintage R&B. Okay, love you. I love you, Beyonce, and I love you, listener. Love you. Bye.
Okay, all right. So, hi, I'm Jeremy Klingen from Klingen Guitar Tone. My favourite Christmas album is Twisted Sisters, A Twisted Christmas, just because it's completely ridiculous.
Hi, I'm Gracie from Klingen Guitar Tone, and my favourite Christmas record is a compilation CD that I had when I was a kid called Christmas with the Stars, and I can't find it anywhere, but it's got Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra and Rosemary Clooney singing on it and Bing Crosby. It's really, really good. Failing that, Nat King Cole Christmas record. Unbeatable.
Hey, it's Jessie Singleton, aka Sydney, and my favourite Christmas album is definitely Israel Houghton and the New Breed's Christmas album. Can't remember the official name. A Timeless Christmas, said the producer. And it is by far the best album because you have to put it on from start to finish to get the full emotional and musical impact. But everything on there, particularly shout out to Hark, best song on the album. Coolest version I think I've ever heard. Also, big shout outs to the Nutcracker themes. Those are great. It's like they're going to personally thank me later. And I think those are the main track shout outs, but everything on there is great. Start to finish. You just got to immerse yourself with that and be drinking mulled wine at the same time.
Hi, my name is Steph Rule. I'm a session drummer. I have played on Greg Arnold's latest album. My favorite Christmas album is by far Frank Sinatra Christmas album because of his voice, obviously, and orchestration, and his timing is perfect. So here we are. Merry Christmas to all. Bye-bye.
Hello, Luke. This is Nan, darling. Rosemary, your Nan. And I wish you a wonderful Christmas. And I do hope that you can shake off this unwanted problem that you are loaded with that have been for some time now. I just ask God to please remove it from you so you can make a full recovery. Christmas is a special time, and without George Frederick Handel's music, I would not be around here, I don't think. That Handel's Messiah is a forte music for me, and just not Christmas without it. But I know that there's lots of other music too. Andre Rio's music. I've got a few of his albums, and they're simply glorious, and I can listen to them all the time. Well, have a wonderful Christmas, darling. Take care. Lots of love, man.
Thanks so much for listening and making it to the end of this Christmas special episode. I hope you had a great time. I've got a bunch of Spotify playlists that I've compiled so that you can easily see and listen to either a sample or the full albums that have been recommended, as well as see the show notes. I hope that you have a great Christmas, a super awesome start to 2025, and a great summer or winter, depending on where you are in the world.